The truth of the matter is this.
Welcome.
I don't think a lot of the consuming public knows that, but that is the case.
goatforreal216.
It's just math. Just math.
The podcast.
He's a little bit savage.
Guess who's back?
Back again.
I love it. Eva B's back.
Sean P's back.
What's up, girl?
Not much. What's up?
Just doing the damn thing.
I'm very excited to be back this week.
Dude, is this number 9?
Number 9.
Isn't that kind of crazy?
Yes. And before we get into anything, we must thank our sponsor for this week's episode, Sky Blue Credit Repair. Thank you as always.
As always, thank you. Thank you, Ben. So yeah, 9. We had 9 of these little debacles.
9 of them.
Right?
People like us, I think.
I think they like you.
I mean, they definitely like you. So
There's one thing to like about me.
what's that? Oh, there we go. It's looking pretty fresh this week, though.
It's fairly dope, I would say. A little bit savage.
A little bit savage.
So yeah, but no, that's cool. Yeah, people seem to like us. Thank you for liking us.
We love it.
You might not, we're pretty likable.
I think so.
I mean, here's the thing: we give the people what they want. No, we give. I can't steal that. Who says that? It's Jalen Rose. Jalen Rose says that on ESPN. But we're sharing a wealth of information that I think the public enjoys having. It seems like.
Yep.
And again, you do a nice job of making me seem likable.
I try.
So, which is so it kind of works.
I mean, it's not that hard to do.
So somewhat exciting. We do want to announce that we're going to do, for the season finale, for the recording, we're going to do a live event.
Woohoo!
Right. That's
I can't wait.
I'm super stoked about it. I think that's going to be very cool. I mean, there's a little part of me that's like, what if nobody shows up?
People will show up. Right?
I think they will, because they show up on my TikTok. I mean, I get followers. I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, they show up on my Facebook. They show up on Instagram. They seem to be showing up here. But yeah, man, it's going to be cool. Now, there's limited space available. I do know that. We're going to have a sign up that Eva's going to provide the details on during the break. But yeah, we're going to do a live final episode finale. And I'm nervous and somewhat stoked.
I think it's going to be great. It's just going to give people the chance to talk to us and see that we're real people and not just people who exist in the void of the internet.
Right.
And I think it'll be a nice way to sign off until season 2.
I mean, I'm super excited about it because, me, I mean, I'm excited to meet people. I mean, I hope people are excited about meeting us. That'd be great. But I'm excited to meet the people that tune into this, that, follow us on all the socials and all that. So I think it's amazing, and I think it was a great idea by you, and I'm super excited.
I'm very excited too. But like Sean said, we will get into the details in the break.
Yeah. So let's talk about Ford and EV sales.
Lots of questions about that this week.
So again, we did our TikTok live thing, which always generates just a multitude of questions, good stuff. And so, listen, I get it. Death to car dealers. Death to the crooks. It's well-deserved. I'm not naive enough in any way to think that dealers don't deserve some of the treatment and some of the, sentiment that they get from the American buying public. Well earned over the last 50 years. The treatment of people, let's face it, there's been scams, there's been, rip-off. I mean, it is what it is, but, keep it in context, right? Most of it was a few bad guys ruining it for everybody.
Unfortunate.
Today, it's even so much more of that. It's a fraction now of bad guys that continue to ruin it for the rest of us. So I get the whole, F the dealers, hey, listen, I get it. It's well-deserved. But, so we're talking about everybody, Ford is doing away with dealers. Listen, if you're going to make a comment, I need you to be informed. Nothing bothers me more than when somebody tries to make a comment on one of my socials to try to get a reply from me, or just get noticed or whatever, and they don't know what they're talking about, So
Google exists. It takes 5 seconds to type your question.
Right, and so with Ford with EV sales, look, Ford's going direct. Listen, Ford is doing their best to go to 100% online EV sales. That's amazing. I think it's great for the American public. If you can streamline that process for the American buying public, I think it's amazing. I think it's a great thing. And now, are there some pitfalls that the public isn't seeing? Yes, absolutely. I'm going to give you one, for instance. Let's say that you need a car tomorrow. Takes 10 weeks to get the car.
Mm-hmm.
They're seeing an average of 10 weeks right now before the car is getting delivered that you order online.
Mm-hmm.
So if you need a car tomorrow, you're going to be getting a rental car or borrowing Aunt Betty's car, or I don't know what you're going to do. But so, that's one pitfall. Now there's some good things too. You can customize the car.
Yeah.
Like you can make it more of like what you want and stuff. And, here, yes, you don't have to, in order to get your deal done, you don't have to negotiate with a car salesman.
Right.
Which for some people is a very welcome change to the industry.
Mm-hmm.
And I get it. I'm with you. Okay. There are car salespeople that I know that I don't want to deal with. And I know how to deal with them. And I still don't like dealing with them. So listen, I get it. But make no bones about it. What Ford is doing and what General Motors is doing is they're offering dealers, they're including the dealers. So they're not saying the dealers are going away. They're not going to shut down hundreds of thousands of private businesses, right, that bring in millions and millions of revenue to the local communities and employ hundreds of thousands of a million, people. They're not going to shut all that down. I mean, literally, if you did that, I mean, you'd throw the economy into a tornado. You know what I mean? So they're not getting rid of dealers. What they're doing is they're showing dealers how to be included. So, like for instance, with Ford, they're coming out with two different programs, and one costs the dealer about $500,000, and the other one can cost about $1.2 million in order to be certified elite, I believe it's called, to be a certified elite EV dealer for Ford. It means you can sell all the EVs you want.
Mm-hmm.
They're including dealers, guys. Dealers aren't going anywhere. They're still going to be involved. They're still going to get credit for the sale. They're still going to make a little bit of profit on it. Is it going to be an easier transaction for the consumer? Yes.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yes. If you're that customer that can wait for the car, and you know what you want and know enough about the vehicle, and you do your due diligence, your research to buy it online and trust that it's going to make you happy for the next 3 to 10 years, then yes, it's going to be a better experience. It could definitely be a better experience. But Ford, General Motors, they're all including their dealers in this. They're giving them now. They're saying you can opt out. You can opt out. You can say no to being an EV Ford dealer and still continue to sell Ford cars. But you won't be involved in EV sales, which I think would be a grave mistake for most Ford dealers.
Right, you're cutting your profit availability by half.
And let's face it, it's going there. So
right.
so it's going to be EV. Someday it's going to be it's 2050 or 2030. There's going to be nothing but EVs patrolling the road at some point. But dealers are still going to be involved. So I'm sorry for all you people that want to see a whole segment of the American working public be unemployed because your dad said that he got ripped off in 1986 on his, Plymouth Champ that he bought. So car guys are all a-holes. I'm sorry, but we're not going anywhere. We're going to be included in everything. Will you be dealing with car people less? Yeah, you could be dealing with them less, for sure. But here, listen, and here's what people don't understand. Tesla has salespeople. Google it. Tesla has salespeople. The average Tesla salesperson salary in the United States is $63,000. Okay. So they're not 1% high earners, but there are Tesla salespeople that make $150,000.
Mm-hmm.
So this sentiment that's out there, like Tesla does without dealers, dude, they still have salespeople. They just don't act like salespeople. They are brand ambassadors. Like when you walk into Apple, they sell the experience, they sell the brand.
It literally is the same model.
They don't try to sell you anything. They
Yeah.
don't try to make you buy the car, which is, again, a welcome thing for consumers.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I get that. But they still get a commission. And Tesla, the difference is that Tesla pays them a bigger salary
Mm-hmm.
and lower commissions because Tesla makes $14,700 a car.
Jeez.
They can afford to pay bigger salaries. So now, but that's good. Now the people don't have to be as pressure oriented
Yeah.
because their bills are paid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Whereas a car guy works on straight commission.
So he needs that sale.
Yeah, he don't sell you something he don't eat. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So, but I just wanted to touch on that a little bit. You know, dealers aren't going anywhere. So listen, someday maybe, but the franchise laws, guys, the franchise laws are not getting broken. They can't go direct to public. If they want to do it with different EVs, you know, they can, but they still have to include dealers. Now, Rivian, Tesla, Lucid. Is that the other? That's the luxury electric car. They were able to circumvent these franchise laws because the companies were created after the franchise laws were put in place. So yes, these new EV companies can go around and not have dealers. So if you want to buy a Rivian or a Lucid, you can do it straight online, not talk to one salesperson. You can. So, but if it's Ford, General Motors, Toyota, Honda, any of these franchises, manufacturers that have been around since the franchise laws have been created, car dealerships aren't going anywhere.
Wow.
Sorry.
Well, thanks for clearing that up. We had a ton of questions flooding in about that in the live today.
Yeah, so I figured I'd blow some time on it because it's a big thing on my socials. I get it so much, debt to car dealers, all this stuff, And it's like, guys, just be educated. Don't say something silly out there and make yourself look foolish.
And this dealership. That's my
The
favorite.
dealership. But listen, again, well deserved. The dealerships have earned the nickname dealership in the past 50 years, so I get it.
Yeah. All right. Well, a good thing we cleared that up, but let's jump into our break so we can get into some burning questions.
Holler.
So, Eva, I wanted to tell you how proud I am of you that you got your credit score up here recently.
Thank you. I did. I got a car, I got a house, and I really couldn't have done any of that had you not suggested Sky Blue.
Yeah, Sky Blue Credit Repair is the most powerful solution to dispute issues on your credit reports and improve your credit scores.
Yeah, and it was really affordable, too.
Yeah, it's only $79 a month, and they can help you identify what to dispute. They work fast, helping clean up your credit within 35 days. No upgrades, no hidden fees.
Yeah, it is really great for sure. And if anybody else would like to check them out, you can find them at goatforreal216.info or click the link in the show notes.
Holler.
Goat Army, what's up? It's Sean P.
And I'm Eva B.
Got a really exciting announcement.
We are bringing the podcast to you live. For a season finale recording.
So join us in person Tuesday, May 9th at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Medina, Ohio.
We will be answering your questions live and in person, as well as being joined by some of our previous show guests like Jimmy Vega, Michael Dorencott, the Hammer, or Trisha Payne.
Aside from getting your questions answered live and in person, get the chance to meet me, the GOAT, and Eva B, and talk one-on-one.
We're both very pumped to meet all of you. Be sure to check the show notes and all socials for where to sign up. You need to sign up because there is limited seating available.
Yeah, and the best part is free to you guys.
As long as you sign up on time.
Yeah, holler.
All right, we are back.
We're back.
Thank you again to Sky Blue Credit.
Love those guys.
Yeah.
I mean, amazing company.
Yeah.
If you need credit repair, I'm not going to sit here and be a pitch man during the podcast, but I'm getting so much good feedback, Eva.
Yeah.
People are just like, I had a guy message me the other day, said that they raised his score 110 points in
wow.
4 months or 5 months.
That's great.
Yeah. So Sky Blue, man, I mean, just killing it. Love it.
Yeah.
Awesome people.
And I'm also just getting more and more excited about the event the more we talk about it. So definitely, check out the show notes for all those details, guys.
Yeah, stoked about the event. Social media posts to follow.
Yes, for sure.
So today's questions, a little bit of TikTok. Again, we get the most feedback on TikTok, so we went live on TikTok to get some good questions.
Yes, and today we decided to kind of focus our questioning a little bit more to specific topics. So these are all kind of approval-oriented type questions. So we'll jump right into it. This first one, there's a lot of E's and a lot of I's. I think it's like a meanie. We're going to go with it.
That's you, a meanie.
you know what?
I heard how
Listen.
you just talked to Rob.
Listen, Rob knows
I'm
how
gonna-
frustrated I can get with technology.
You were such a meanie.
I thoroughly apologize. And
Guys, Eva just
thoroughly-
yelled at her boyfriend on the phone, and I was in the background going, Eva, be nice. Eva, be nice. Eva, be nice.
Listen, Rob is the dream IT person, and
Yes.
I'm an idiot and couldn't figure something out with the recording.
I
So
know if
I
you're an
called
idiot.
him.
I don't know about the
Listen,
idiot.
that's how I felt. So
I
I
mean-
called him, and he saved the day again,
All right.
and I apologized.
Yeah, we can't lose IT Rob. We cannot lose IT Rob.
Again.
Matter of fact, if you stop liking him, you got to let me know. I'll start liking him.
Okay. Well, just so that I'm apologizing to the world. I'm sorry, Rob, for being so frustrated on the phone.
Oh, I love it. All
Okay,
right.
so Amini, which is not me, asks 20K down on a 72K car, 60K salary. Approval?
I mean, unless you have multiple repossessions on your credit report, something, or you're in a Chapter 13 bankruptcy right now that's not discharged. Yeah, I mean, you're putting 20K down on a 72K car, so you're putting 15. What is that? 10%? No, it's like almost 30% down. So you're going to put the bank in at LTV. 75%, let's call it, loan to value ratio. You make 60K that you can prove. So yes, listen, I don't care what's on your bureau, I'd get you approved. So, but everybody's not me. So if aside from you having multiple repossessions that are within the last two years, yes, you are driving. If you were in front of me, you'd be leaving in a car. Yes.
Awesome. All right, we'll move right along. Draco DeHuncho 20 says, I'm 19. I have a 730 credit score. I've had credit for a year and a half, and I'm looking to put 3K down.
730 credit score. So you are what we refer as a light 730. Meaning you have a good score, which is amazing, good for you. You got, you're 19 years old, so you got a good start, probably on some kind of a credit card or something like that. So you're starting off, you're headed in the right direction. In file for a year and a half, looking to put 3K down. Yeah, I mean, Drake, as long as you're manageable on the vehicle, you're going to be okay, I think. I don't know about your income. You didn't say anything about your income in here, but assuming that you have a job that, you're making, full-time income, $2,500 or $3,000 a month, you should get approved. See, what will happen is with that kind of score and your down payment, if you go on, like, let's say a $20,000 car, you're going to get what's called an auto approval. The right finance guy is going to know how to send that deal over and fit within the loan to value cap, the debt to income ratio cap, in a sense that you get an automatic electronic approval, like through a Wells Fargo or something like that. So yes, I think, Drake, I think that you're a driver. As long as you're on something manageable. I mean, 20 grand and under, you know what I mean? If you're looking for a scat, you're going to need a lot more down. But I think you'll be okay.
Awesome. Next up, we have Jason Bourbon Q. He says, just out of Chapter 13, what can I expect? 6K down, score roughly 580 to 610-ish.
Yeah, there are lenders out there, man. There are more and more lenders popping up now that love these bankruptcy deals. So if you're a discharged bankruptcy, Chapter 7, Chapter 13, you're a great risk for the bank. You have no trade-in with negative equity coming in, right? So, you're probably going to be in a good loan-to-value ratio on the new loan, and you can't file bankruptcy again for 7 years. So there's a real good chance the bank's going to get their money. Coming with, and you got 6K down, absolutely, yes. You're going to be, again, stay manageable, $25,000, but with 6K down, that's 30% down. You're going to put the bank at a 75% LTV, no brainer.
Nice. All right, moving right along. Boston Biggie says, I'm looking at a 13 Explorer Sport for 14K, 101,000 miles. He said I need 6K down because DoorDash.
Okay, so yeah, so that's possible, the DoorDash thing. So that limits, that's going to limit the lenders that your dealer can use. Being a ride share is what they call it. Like if you're a ride share employee, which is DoorDash or Uber or whatever, lenders don't love that because you're going to be using the vehicle high miles, high wear, high use, right? So high chance of mechanical failure.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're on a 100,000 mile car too.
Yeah, that's
so you're
a
on
lot.
an old 10-year, 100,000. I'm sorry. Yeah, 10-year, 100,000 mile car, and you're going to use it for rideshare purposes, DoorDash. That's a risk. That's a risk for the bank. So it doesn't surprise me that they want money down. I think that's a lot down. I would be a little bit concerned about what they're selling the car for. An Explorer now, it's a sport with 100K. I mean, that's not really a crazy price. So I would give another dealer a shot. I would try. I would like to know, the name of the, where you're shopping at to see, is that a dealer who knows what he's doing? And your credit's going to matter too, Boston. So there's some variables there, but not unheard of for them to ask for big down payments if you're a rideshare employee. So that probably accurate or close to accurate, yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, next up, Phoenix_Geno says...
Gino?
Really? I
Probably.
think Gino would have
Geno?
an I, though.
Like
yeah.
Geno?
I
Like
feel like
he's-
it's a shortened version
For
of
what?
something. I don't know.
Genocide?
Oh my God, no. I was thinking, my brain immediately saw,
You think that guy is, trying to wipe out the population?
No.
No, or just in Phoenix?
Just Phoenix.
Phoenix Geno.
Phoenix, look out.
The guy's name, huh?
Yeah, Phoenix, look
It's
out.
Gino.
All right, well, if you say so. He says...
I don't even want to answer this guy's question. Well, he wants to wipe me out.
Well, listen. I don't know why we
Well, we're
keep
not in
having...
Phoenix.
I don't know why we keep having me read these. We know
It's the
butcher
best
it.
part of the show, having you read the names. There's no doubt. You know how excited I get when we get to the point where you're going to start?
I know you do. That's why I just say it so confidently. Because
I
if I'm
thought
going to
Boston
fail...
Biggie. I was sure that was going to
you were
get.
waiting
That was
for
going
me
to
to
get.
mess it up.
I thought that was going to get just tattered. I just couldn't wait.
Listen, I've been studying, okay?
Phoenix Geno.
I think it's Geno.
It's
Do you
absolutely
think
not.
Geno?
It's Gino.
Leave it in the comments. Geno. Is that Geno or
Yeah.
Gino?
Leave in the comments the people that are listening that think that this guy has a short, what's it called, acronym? I don't know, a shortened word for genocide in his TikTok username.
Anyway, he asks...
Who? Phoenix.
Phoenix asks... Hard to get approved as a 1099 worker?
If you're trying to wipe people out, yes, it's absolutely hard to get approved. Yeah. That makes it tough, yes.
Oh.
Yes. As a 1099 worker, yes, it's a little bit harder. Now, not impossible, but you're going to need 3 months of bank statements to show your income. And that's probably going to, usually that's enough. 3 months bank statements if you're 1099 or self-employed, usually that's enough. But yes, it's harder because there's less lenders that approve it.
Mm.
So, the guy might be sitting there with a lender network of 25 banks, but only 5 or 6 of them will do 1099 employees. So that's what makes it harder, is there's just a lot less lenders, especially in this lending climate. Banks want proof of things. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? They want to minimize the risk everywhere. So yeah, it is a little bit tough as a 1099, but 3 months of bank statements showing good deposits. And I think you should be fine depending on credit. It's not going to stop you from getting a car.
Right. All right, next up, we have Dank_live. 700 credit score, 5K down, 6K monthly salary. What can I get?
Okay, so you're a tier B or a tier A or tier 2 or tier 1, whatever you want to say. 5K down, 6K monthly salary. So if that is your gross, we'll go back to the PTI, which I think it's important that people understand PTI, payment to income. So 6K monthly salary. So normally the lender, you're a 700 credit score. The banks are going to give you 17% of your gross monthly income as a car payment. So, you're going to qualify for $1,000 a month car payment minimum with a 700 credit score, and you make 6K gross a month, because 6 times 17% is, what is that, 1,042 a month? I mean, you can buy a lot of car. You can buy, probably buy $50,000 car, Dank. So, I'm not saying that you should. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. But as far as what are you going to qualify for, I think you're going to qualify for a $45,000 to $50,000 car, and with 5K down, it's not going to affect your loan to value that much because 5K is only 10% of 50, but it's still a good down payment. So I pick a car. I mean, up to 50 grand. if you can swallow the payment with $6K a month, I mean, you probably can. As long as you know, as long as your debt to income ratio isn't crazy, meaning you already have $4,000 going out, between your rent or your mortgage and your other installment or loans or even revolving credit cards. So as long as your debt to income ratio is fine, you can qualify for a lot of car.
Nice. All right. I'm sure you think I'm going to butcher this
is
next
gonna be
one,
good.
but it's Sir Isaac X Newton asks.
Look at you. How long were you sitting there thinking about
I
that?
sat there for a very long time.
I was
okay?
like, why isn't she paying attention to me right now? It's because you were
I was
focusing
figuring
on
it
that.
out. Mm-hmm.
Sir,
But I got it.
that was good.
Sir Isaac Newton says, can I get approved with a 690 score, 2 paid off auto loans without a job?
Yeah, so the crazy thing is, yes. Being a 690 and previous car credit that was paid well, there's a lot of banks that are going to waive income on you. Now, it's not as prevalent as it used to be because, again, the banks today want proof of things, but you're absolutely going to get a no proof of income call from some banks. So you might want to tell the dealer you're self-employed or something like that, and just wait for the no proof of income call to come back so you don't have to prove it. But, if you're in between jobs, I mean, that happens. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So now if you're just, you don't get a 690 credit score and have 2 auto loans without working at some point. So you're probably just within jobs. So you're not necessarily, trying to fraud anybody or hustle anybody. Right now you're self-employed. Yeah. And I think you'll get through just fine with the 2 previous loans showing that you're responsible. So yes.
Nice. All right. That's all we got for today.
That's all the questions,
That's all the questions
we had
got
about
for
a million. We cut a lot of them out.
We did. We cut down some of them.
Yeah. So, the other thing that I was hoping we could spend a minute on is these lenders. Guys, the TikTok today was a lot about car loans and approvals and stuff. These lenders are getting goofy. I mean, banks are pulling out of the car business.
Yeah.
Capital One pulled out of the floor plan business. Now, that wasn't that big of a deal. They weren't a huge player in the floor plan business. You know what floor plan is?
Not
do you know
exactly.
what floor plan?
No.
So most dealers, when they buy their car, they pay for it with a line of credit. So it's called a floor plan. They borrow the money. So, most dealerships have a floor plan, meaning when they get a new car from the factory, it gets floor planned or financed with that bank that they're working with. So most big dealerships have a floor plan of, let's say, 10 million. So when they buy a used car at the auction, they don't necessarily pay cash for it. It gets financed on their floor plan. And now some dealers, there are cash-rich dealers that don't use a floor plan. They pay for everything. That's the best way to go. But aside from being well off like that, most dealers use a floor plan. But Capital One was doing floor planning for dealers, and they just pulled out. So there's some dealers around the country that are going to be, affected by that, have to get a new floor plan or whatever. But these lenders they are getting tight. A couple lenders just pulled out of the business altogether. The rest of them are just minimizing their risk. Mm-hmm. It's a crazy time in the car business. It really is.
Yeah.
So, if you're out there and you bought a car a couple years ago and I've had people message me, look at my 740 credit score. I'm getting declined. Mm-hmm. And that's true. That's happening. So really, you got to buy a car that's got a good loan to value. You got to buy something that, this isn't the time to be going out and buying McLarens, or exotics. Banks want nothing to do with risk right now. So buy the car you should buy. You know what I mean? Buy the Honda Accord or the Camry.
Play it safe for a little while.
You know what I mean? Yeah, because yes, exactly. So, but it's interesting, these lenders, how tight they're getting right now. It's crazy. But I wanted to touch on that and let everybody know that that's something you got to keep an eye out for. Your approval today is not the approval you got 2 years ago.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Not even 8 months ago.
Not even, you're 100% right. I mean, it was not even that long ago. But so want to encourage everybody, sign up for this event, man.
Yes.
Do this event. Come see us. Come meet us. Please. We want to meet you. I want to meet you. Eva wants to meet you.
You can all hassle me about not pronouncing your names correctly since you'll say it yourself.
Don't give her your TikTok username. She'll hatchet it. But come meet us, man. I mean, we're going to do this thing. Eva's got the details. It's going to be in the show notes or whatever. But I mean, come meet us, ask questions in person. I love when I meet people like on the street. So I went to a dealership today to talk to a friend of mine, and he introduced me to sales associate there. And she's like, I know, I follow you on TikTok. Yeah, happened today. Which is that's I'm in a dealership. That's pretty well expected.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But in this area, yeah.
But dude, I want to meet you.
Right.
I think it's great.
You can ask us your questions. There's going to be time beforehand to just chat with us, get to know us, and talk. So it's going to be a really good time.
I will tell you who my barber is. I'll even do that for you.
He can give you the straight up info so you can go get the official goat haircut.
There.
So
you can have that. Yeah.
Well, aside from that, we want to thank our sponsor for this week's episode one last time, Sky Blue Credit Repair. All the information is in the show notes, so go check them out if you want some assistance fixing your credit.
Guys, can't thank you enough. Thanks for listening. Thanks for making this podcast successful.
We love it.
Yeah, we really do. We have a lot of fun with it. I hope it keeps growing. And hit us up on socials. But yeah, just thanks for your support.
Thanks, guys. Holler.
Hey, Goat Army, thank you so much for listening. We really, really appreciate all the support.
And we would like to thank our sponsor for this week's episode. Your support means a ton.
Now, you can find me across all social media at goatforreal216. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. For additional info, you can check out my bio page, www.goatforreal216.info. Now, when you go to those socials, please do me a quick favor. Make sure you hit the like, follow, and subscribe buttons.
And you can find me across all social media at Evolutionary Productions, including Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. For additional info, you can check out www.evolutionaryproductions.com or www.evabrettrager.com. And just like Sean P. said, please make sure to like, follow, and subscribe.
Yeah, leave us ratings, reviews on your preferred streaming platforms. And listen, guys, please be honest. This podcast is not going to be effective if we don't reach the right audience and you don't tell us what it is you want from our content. Be honest, please.
And subscribe there as well. Additionally, for exclusive content, be sure to join us on Patreon, which gives you access to our secret Discord.
We love secrets.
Yes, we do.
Holler.
The Goat for Real 216 podcast is produced by Goat for Real 216 and Evolutionary Productions. Copyright 2023, all rights reserved. No part of this podcast can be reused or reproduced without written express consent from all parties. For information, please contact Evolutionary Productions directly at evolutionaryproductions@gmail.com. Holla!